Hi everyone, and welcome to our podcast about equity theory in business management. We are Bao and Tuệ San. This theory was developed by John Stacey Adams in the 1960s, which focuses on fairness, how people compare their efforts or inputs to the rewards they receive or output.
John Stacey Adams is an industrial and organizational psychologist. He studied how fairness and workplace treatment can affect employees' behavior, motivation, and satisfaction. The equity theory was first introduced in 1963. Adams developed this theory after observing real workplace situations where he noticed that employees often compared their contribution and rewards with others. His observation revealed that the perception of fairness could significantly influence an individual level of motivation, effort, and job satisfaction. According to Adams, employees assess the balance between their inputs and output at work, where inputs refers to what the employees bring to the job, such as time, effort, skill, and dedication, while output represents what they receive in return, such as salary, recognition, and promotion. Employees naturally compare their own input and output ratio to others that perform similar work. When they perceive their ratio as equal to each other, this state is known as equity. In this condition, employees feel that they are treated fairly, leading to a higher level of satisfaction and motivation. However, when the ratio are unequal, this creates inequity. Employees then experience a feeling of unfairness, frustration, and demotivation. For example, if two employees put in the same amount of effort, yet one receives a higher salary or more recognition, the other might feel dissatisfied or less motivated. Over time, such perception can lead to lower productivity, resentment, or even turnover. Adams also suggests that when an individual experiences inequity, they will attempt to restore balance. This may be done by adjusting their effort level, seeking change in rewards, or changing how they receive their own inputs and output.
Through this theory, we understand that people are motivated when their output, meaning their effort, is perceived to be fair in comparison to their output, such as pay or rewards. For example, a student is unlikely to put in a huge amount of effort for a test if they believe that no matter how hard work they study, they will still receive a poor grade. The same idea applies in the workplace. When people feel their effort is fairly rewarded, they are more motivated to keep performing well. In business, equity is often judged by comparing what we get with what others receive in the same organization. When employees notice inequalities, when some workers have a heavier workload but are paid the same as their peers, they can become demotivated. Their input to output ratio feel unfair. This shows that financial rewards and good working conditions alone don't always determine motivation. It's also explained why promoting someone or giving them a pay rise can sometimes have a negative effect on others, especially if those decisions seem unfair. However, the theory also suggests that wage differences are fair when they reflect difference in performance. Highly productive workers should be paid more. Otherwise, there would be no incentive to work harder or aim for promotion. So fairness doesn't mean everyone gets the same. It means rewards should match efforts and results. A great real-life business example is equity theory is Google. Google focused on fairness in the workplace. The company used transparent rewards system and performance-based bonus to ensure employees feel their effort is valued and fairly compensated. Google provides not only competitive pay, but also benefits like career development opportunities, flexible work options, and employees recognition program. This practice creates a sense of equity, keeping workers motivated and satisfied. When employees believe their hard work is recognized and rewarded fairly, their motivation and productivity stay high, exactly as the equity theory explains.
To sum up, the equity theory helps us to understand that motivation isn't just about rewards, but also about fairness and perception. When people believe their effort is valued and their rewards are fair, they are more motivated to give their best. But when the balance feels unfair, motivation and satisfaction can quickly decline. Thank you for listening to our podcast about equity theory.